Let tonight's story bring you gentle peace and ease into sleep. The Playful Adventures of Achilea and Silver Bell. This story is about the playful adventures of a young girl named Achilea and a bear cub named Silver Bell, idolizing their joyful friendship. In a picturesque village nestled at the foot of a lush, green mountain lived a young girl named Achilea. With her brilliant blue eyes and flowing golden hair, she brought joy wherever she went. One day, while exploring the dense forest on the outskirts of her village, she stumbled upon a curious sight, a bear cub with fur as silver as moonlight. Intrigued, Achilea slowly approached the cub, who beamed at her with wide, friendly eyes. She decided to name him Silver Bell due to his shimmering coat. From that day on, Achilea and Silver Bell were inseparable. They would spend their days frolicsing through the meadows, chasing butterflies and playing hide-and-seek among the ancient trees. Silver Bell's playful antics and Achillea's infectious laughter echoed through the forest, bringing life to every corner. On rainy days, they would take shelter in a cozy cave, where Achilea would weave enchanting tales, and Silver Bell would listen with rapt attention. One evening, a magnificent rainbow arched across the sky, its colors painting the world in hues of magic. Achilea and Silver Bell decided to follow the rainbow, hoping it would lead them to an adventure. They journeyed through valleys, crossed sparkling streams, and climbed rocky hills. Each step was filled with wonder, and their hearts brimmed with joy. As night fell, they found themselves at the base of a majestic waterfall. The moon shone brightly, casting a silver glow on the water. They made a pact to always cherish their playful spirit, and to keep seeking new adventures. At night, as they nestled together under the starlit sky, they dreamt of all the wonders the world had in store for them. Their friendship, built on a foundation of playfulness and mutual respect, blossomed like the flowers in spring. Achilea and Silver Bell's adventures continued, with each day bringing new surprises and delights. They learned that the true essence of playfulness lies in the joy of discovery and the sheer bliss of shared moments. Their bond grew stronger, and their adventures bolder, painting their days with colors of pure happiness. Let's journey on with another heartwarming story. Sunshine Bond, the Tale of Campanula and Jasmine. This story is about the heartwarming friendship and adventures of a girl named Campanula and a water elemental named Jasmine, under the theme of sunshine. In a quaint village surrounded by green meadows and clear rivers, lived a young girl named Campanula. Her heart was filled with kindness, her eyes sparkled with curiosity. One day, while wandering near the banks of the river, she discovered an unusual glow emanating from the water. As she approached, the glow transformed into a mesmerizing water elemental named Jasmine. Jasmine's form flowed like liquid crystal, and her voice was as soothing as a summer breeze. Intrigued by each other, Campanula and Jasmine became fast friends, spending every day together exploring the wonders of nature. They danced with the flowers in the meadow, listened to the stories told by the ancient trees, and marveled at the colors of the sunset. Jasmine shared secrets of the river's depth, and Campanula recounted tales of the stars she had read in her books. Their bond grew stronger with every passing day, like the gentle rays of the morning sun warming the earth. One afternoon, as they sat by the river, Campanula asked Jasmine if she ever dreamed of the world beyond the village. Jasmine, with a wistful look, revealed her longing to see the vast ocean. Inspired by her friend's dream, Campanula promised they would embark on a journey to the coast. They prepared for days, gathering supplies and saying their goodbyes. The journey was filled with challenges, but their friendship gave them strength. They crossed dense forests and climbed steep hills, always guided by the light of their shared dream. Finally, they arrived at the coast. The sea stretched endlessly before them, reflecting the sun's golden rays. Jasmine, now shimmering more brightly than ever, dipped into the salty waves with joy. Campanula watched her friend, her heart swelling with happiness. As the sun set, they made a promise under the twilight sky to always cherish their adventures and each other. It was the beginning of many more heartwarming journeys together, with the spirit of the sunshine guiding their way. Another soothing tale is ready to be told. Miracle of Veronica and Sakura. This story is about a gentle girl named Veronica and a mouse named Sakura, who form an unbreakable bond and experience a miracle amidst a storm. In a small, tranquil village nestled at the edge of a vast forest, lived a gentle girl named Veronica. She had a heart as pure as the morning dew, and always dreamed of experiencing a miracle. Every evening, Veronica would sit by her bedroom window and whisper her dreams to the stars, hoping they would somehow hear her. One day, as she wandered through the village square, she came across a tiny mouse with soft, gray fur and twinkling black eyes. The mouse looked up at her with an expression that seemed almost human. Veronica gently picked up the mouse and realized it was wounded. "Don't worry, little one," she said softly. "I'll take care of you." She decided to name the mouse Sakura because it reminded her of the delicate cherry blossoms that bloomed in spring. Veronica tended to Sakura's wounds with utmost care, feeding her bits of cheese and ensuring she had fresh water. Over time, they formed an unbreakable bond. One night, as the village slept under a blanket of stars, a fierce storm rolled in. The wind howled, and the rain poured incessantly. Veronica woke to the sound of frantic squeaking. She rushed to find Sakura, who was pointing towards the window with urgency. When Veronica looked outside, she saw the water rising and approaching the village hastily. She knew she had to act quickly. Having Sakura in her pocket, she darted towards the village bell tower and began to ring the bell with all her might, alerting the villagers to the impending flood. The villagers woke up and quickly moved to higher ground, safe from the dangerous waters. When the storm finally subsided, Veronica and Sakura were hailed as heroes. The gratitude of the villagers filled Veronica's heart with indescribable joy. She looked at Sakura, who squeaked happily in her hand. Veronica realized that she had found her miracle, not a grand, wondrous event, but a true friend who brought light and love into her life. She whispered a thank you to the stars that night, knowing they had listened after all. Another tale begins to bring you rest. Veronica and Primrose, a tale of understanding. This story is about the deep friendship and understanding between a young girl named Veronica and a wise deer named Primrose, showing that true loyalty can bridge different worlds. Once upon a time, in a small village, nestled at the edge of a vast, enchanting forest, lived a young girl named Veronica. Veronica had a kind heart and an insatiable curiosity about the world around her. She spent her days exploring the meadows and woods, with her golden hair dancing in the wind, and her laughter echoing through the trees. One day, while wandering deeper into the forest than she had ever gone before, Veronica discovered a hidden glen. The glen was bathed in soft sunlight, and at its center stood a majestic deer with fur as white as snow. The deer's name was Primrose, and she had a serene and wise disposition. Veronica approached Primrose cautiously, and to her amazement, the deer did not run away. Instead, Primrose gazed at her with gentle eyes as if understanding Veronica's soul. They began a delicate dance of understanding, where woods were not neat. Veronica visited Primrose every day, bringing sweet apples and telling her stories of the village. Primrose listened patiently, her large eyes reflecting the essence of the tales. One evening, as Veronica recounted a particularly poignant story, a tear slipped down Primrose's cheek. Veronica was astonished. She had never seen an animal cry before. She realized then that Primrose experienced emotions just as deeply as any human. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Veronica learned to see the world through Primrose's eyes, appreciating the tranquility and beauty of the forest. Primrose, in turn, seemed to trust Veronica implicitly, often nestling beside her as they watched the stars together. Their friendship became a beacon of understanding and empathy, teaching Veronica that every being had its own story and feelings. One winter's night, a terrible storm swept across the village. Veronica's house was damaged, and she felt lost and afraid. In a moment of desperation, she fled into the forest, seeking the glen where Primrose lived. She reached the glen. Veronica collapsed in the snow, tears streaming down her cheeks. Primrose found her there, and with a gentle nudge, guided her to a sheltered spot under a large pine tree. A deer stayed with her throughout the night, keeping her warm and safe. By morning, the storm had passed. Veronica returned to her village with a renewed sense of courage and a heart full of gratitude for her friend. From that day on, she dedicated herself to understanding and helping others, just as Primrose had done for her. Veronica and Primrose's story spread through the village, becoming a legend of friendship and compassion. The forest seemed even more magical, and the villagers began to treat the animals with greater kindness and respect. Veronica and Primrose's bond remained unbroken, a testament to the profound understanding that can exist between beings from different worlds. Good night, and may tomorrow bring you joy.